cold as a razor blade.
Back for another episode of the Snake Pit, and of course, I'm joined by the man himself, master of the DDT, Hall of Famer, pop culture icon, Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake, first question I've got for you is: how difficult has it been not getting to talk to me here for a couple weeks?
It's been great.
I was expecting you to say it's been like hell, Marcus. It's been horrible.
Oh, I have missed it.
Well, I know that your listeners have missed you too, brother, and that was very, very evident whenever I put a message out online asking for questions for the 34th edition of Ask Jake Anything. And brother, holy smokes, they really delivered. They missed you here on the show. We're gonna get into these questions, but before we do, Jake, we've got to talk about something that happened that's been the subject of all of professional wrestling for the past few weeks since the last time we spoke. Jake, sadly, on July 24th, we lost one of your peers and a man who's considered the most widely known and recognizable wrestler of all time, Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Jake, I just wanted to give you the floor and go ahead and express your feelings on it.
It was devastating, man. It was a shock. It floored me. Really did. And he's missed. He is missed. I mean, I still can't get my mind around it. You know, I really can't. Whenever I say Hulk Hogan, I don't think about he's passed. I think about him. What you gonna do, brother? You know, and yeah, it's been tough.
I can't imagine, you know, like a lot of fans across the nation were kind of like expressing their memories and sympathies and, you know, kind of what he meant to them as like an inspiration to like a lot of, you know, young men who maybe grew up and didn't have a father figure and stuff like that. And they see this kind of over the top superhero on TV. So I can't imagine it from your side where it's like you kind of got to see him being that for people. And then plus, you know, it's a coworker and a guy that you knew personally.
Yeah. Yeah. It still hasn't sunk in, man. You know, it's been a couple of weeks and it still hasn't sunk in. I don't know that it will. It may not.
No.
You know, he was that high up on the board. You know.
It almost feels like Superman dying or something, doesn't it? Like it feels like it just can't be real.
Absolutely.
Do you happen to recall the last time you interacted with Hulk?
No, I don't. Sadly, I don't.
There's like all the comings and goings. I'm sure it's like they all sort of blur together, right?
Yeah, they do, man. I know it was at a con, but it was a short hello, you know. That was it.
Now, a lot of people have been sharing some really great memories of Hulk online, but of course, a lot of people are also not so quick to forgive him. And, you know, I've seen plenty of negativity online as well. So, Jake, I want to ask you, do you feel that Hogan's positive contributions to the business are enough to overcome the controversy that surrounded him?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's none of us without fault, you know. And he overcame all that. For sure.
I mean, gosh, if we were all going to be judged by our worst moments, you know, I don't think any of us would have a platform, right?
You got that right.
So gotta feel for Hulk and his family, of course, during this time. And Jake, I do want to ask, you know, ultimately, Hogan's legacy, you know, I guess he's one of those guys that a lot of people view as being synonymous with professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Do you view that as being Hulk's legacy in the business?
Yeah, absolutely. You say professional wrestling, you say Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, you're not the first one that I've heard echo those sentiments, so I'm glad to hear you say it. And our first fan question is related to Hulk, so we'll just do this one right now. It's from Marown, who asks, "What is your favorite memory with Hulk Hogan?"
Wrestling him.
And
that was my favorite memory, definitely. And being in the ring with him, and well, we also did the Survivor Series together. So that was a good time.
1989.
Yeah, that was a good time.
I know that you and Hulk weren't exactly, like best buddies or anything like that. I know that there was like a mutual respect between the two of you. Do you have any like outside the ring stories with him? Ever travel with him? Anything like that?
No, never did travel. Well, I say never. We took one trip on a Learjet together.
Ah, okay. What was the circumstances there?
It just needed to be. We were in L.A. We had to do a talk show there, and then we had to go to Edmonton, Alberta. So they put us on a Learjet, and there we went.
Was Hogan like, a reach for the drink cart kind of guy on a big trip, or he'd pass out, or what was he doing?
He was chilling, just chilling.
Man, cool to hear your perspective on him, and I'm sure that we'll talk about him again here on the show. But yeah, God bless Hulk Hogan, and God bless his family. I'm sure it's an unthinkable time for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You know it is.
Let's get into these questions. And Jake, the first one, it's going to take a little bit of setup. But Trevor Mathis asked a question that has come up a lot for you over the years, and this is finally the first chance that I've had to include it in one of our Ask Jake Anything episodes. We're finally going to get to answer it today. Before we get to the question, let me set it up though. Killer Kross has been with WWE for the past few years and was starting to get really great fan support. And in fact, Jake, I've never seen any talent that has been compared to you as consistently as Killer Kross due to his delivery on the mic. And also, as you can see in this picture here in recent months and years, he's been starting to kind of pattern his look after you.
Yeah.
Um, the guy looks a lot like you. He's even like doing the mustache thing, and that's intentional. After WrestleMania this year, Kross did a press conference, and it sounded like he was calling out Triple H during this press conference. He later went on to say that the whole thing was just a work shoot, but apparently it got him a ton of heat behind the scenes. You fast forward to this past week, he's got a ton of fan support. They even started a hashtag online, We Want Kross, and WWE did not renew his contract, and he's now a free agent. So,
Wow.
yes, yes. So he pissed somebody the fuck off with this press conference, despite all the fan support.
Yeah.
And he has named you, as I said, one of his greatest influences and inspirations. Here's a picture of him spending some time with you, and another one. He said that he picked your brain and you gave him great information. So now I say all that now to say, Jake, here's Trevor's question. What advice would you give to the second coming of Jake Roberts, aka Killer Kross, right now?
Hold on to your pants, brother. I don't know what you did, but man, you pissed somebody off. You know, maybe time will heal it, but I guess I'll be picking up the phone and calling somebody.
Mm-hmm. I think that this brings up another interesting question that I can present you with, Jake, and that's that, like everybody wants to be in the Fed. Everybody wants to eventually get to the WWF. They've only got so many spots open, so people come and go. Nowadays, guys like Matt Cardona have proven that when you get released from the WWF, it's not necessarily a death sentence. A lot of people, Matt included, have made a shitload of money on the
Yeah.
independent scene. So Jake, I'll ask you if you can kind of put yourself in the modern wrestlers position. There's no more territories, but there are like, different companies and indies. Um, Jake Roberts, if you're, a modern day wrestler now and you get released from WWE, are you trying to make your money on the indies? Or are you trying to sign on with another big name?
I think I would try to sign on with another name.
Why is that as opposed to the indies?
Well, if you get the right deal with that name, you can take it and go far.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you're going to beat yourself to death doing these indies.
That's true. Because you never know what kind of guy you're stepping into the
No,
ring with.
you don't. You don't know what you're getting yourself into every night.
I know that you were doing the indies there for a while, Jake. I do have to ask, it's making me wonder, when you're getting into the ring, are most talents like, I would imagine they're just listening to you and doing whatever you say. Did anybody ever like hurt you by trying to do a little too much in there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, do you chew them out backstage or just
Oh
understand?
yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah,
The guys need to hear it because, like, sometimes they just want to do so much and they're so amped up that they'll fucking hurt you, right?
yeah,
All right, so there's some advice for Killer Cross. I think I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he wants to fill in on an episode of the Snake Pit. I mean, who better to fill in for Jake Roberts than the quote unquote second coming of Jake Roberts, right?
yeah.
Shy Guy Works is up next, and he asks, "What are three of the most important matches of your career and why?"
Hmm. Me and Steamboat.
Yep.
That that brought me on the scene.
So you're
Saturday
saying,
Night Live.
yep, the match that never was,
Yeah,
where you DDT'd him.
absolutely. Um, Me and Andre.
Oh yeah, WrestleMania
Um,
5.
yeah,
Yep,
that showed that I could do it.
no doubt.
With and make it believable. And the last one would be me and Savage for the snake bite.
Hell yeah. Three of the moments that fans reference probably the most whenever they talk about you and your
Yeah,
career.
I would think so.
Now, are there any matches that stand out for you from like a developmental standpoint where it's like one of those matches where you came back from it and you're like, okay, I understand the business now as a result of being in that match?
No, no, I pretty much understood it for quite a long time.
It's more of like a combination of many matches together, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys, we have got to hit the timeout button so that we can talk about a sponsor that I know all of the men listening to this podcast love. Of course, I am talking about Blue Chew. Man, let me tell you, Blue Chew is not just a tablet. This is a straight up cheat code for your crotch. You want to get stronger, harder, longer lasting erections, brother? This is it. It's like somebody gave your wiener a pep talk down there because your guy is ready to go. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. So look, don't lie about it. We've all been there, guys. You're ready to go. Your partner's ready to go. You look down and your little pal there is just staring at the carpet. Like, what are you doing, man? Come on, dude. Give me a break. Get up here. Let's go. We got work to do. And it won't listen. We've all been there. Well, Blue Chew is the solution. We're going to get that thing so hard you could go hunting with it. You are going to love Blue Chew just like I do. And let me say, your partner is going to love it too. This isn't just about performance. This is about a legacy, or third legacy, if you will. Give her group chat something to talk about, man. We all know that those girls are in their group chats and everything that happens is being discussed, whether you like it or not. Why don't you give them something good to talk about? Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little bit of Blue Chew. Discover your options at bluechew.com. And look, we've got a special deal for our listeners. We're giving out boners for free, man. As always, you can get your first month of Blue Chew free when you use our promo code SNAKE. That's SNAKE, SNAKE. Pretty appropriate for Blue Chew, if you ask me. All you got to do is use that promo code at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Free boners sent straight to your house. I mean, come on, man. You got to at least give this thing a try. It's free. If you haven't tried it, you have no idea what you're missing out on. This could seriously be the best sex you have ever had in your entire life, and you're just letting it breeze right past you. Why? Because you don't want to pay the $5 shipping? Give me a break. Come on, give this a shot. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Let them know that we sent you. Head over to bluechew.com for details and safety information. Whenever you check out, make sure that you use our promo code SNAKE, and that's it, just $5 shipping. And before we go, of course, I want to give a big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring the Snake Pit. Jake, this next question is an interesting one. We've covered the majority of your career here on the show, but we've never discussed this really infamous moment from your career. So I'm excited here. Maybe you can give us some insight. Ryan asks, I've always wondered how the wedding reception snake attack was planned. What can you tell us about that day and the wedding reception thing?
Madison Square Gardens, man, they put it together.
It was in MSG.
Yeah,
No way. Okay. I
yeah.
didn't see. I always assumed it was like at the arena where they were doing the SummerSlam or whatever.
It was MSG. We were doing SummerSlam, and we just did it right then.
What'd you think of the whole idea of you presenting them with a wedding gift and there's a cobra popping out of there?
Oh, it's fucking cheesy as shit.
There's a great photo of you guys as you're filming that, and it's Vince McMahon on the scene with you and Undertaker kind of like directing you or talking to you about
Yeah.
it. From my understanding, these pre-tapes, most of the time it was Bruce Pritchard. How often was Vince McMahon dropping in to do this stuff?
And quite often with me,
Oh yeah?
Bruce Pritchard never directed me.
No way, really?
Well, for that matter, Vince didn't either.
Who did most of them?
No, nobody.
Really?
They just let me go.
So they'd have like a producer on hand, I assume, but they're just kind
Yeah.
of letting you do your thing.
Yeah.
How about that? All right. So a lot of the stuff that was happening, I assume, was just you spontaneously reacting.
Yeah.
There you go, Ryan. The story behind the wedding reception attack. Next up, we've got Joey, who asks, if you could delete one move that wrestlers consistently do, what would it be and why?
The schoolboy.
The schoolboy.
I'm tired of seeing that shit.
Especially as like a cheap finish, it's like, holy
Yeah.
shit, that has been done a lot.
Yeah.
I would have bet my life that you were gonna say super kick there, because nowadays that's like a transitional move.
Yeah.
Um, this question reminded me of something that happened recently. Bret Hart caught some flack online because he made a few statements, and I would love to get your take on them, Jake.
Uh,
Firstly, Bret said that modern wrestling would be a lot better if the performers spent more time emulating what he did in the ring. Now, Jake, I know that you were never super impressed by Bret's ability as a flag bearer for the WWF, but I think most people respected his work. Do you feel like modern wrestlers could stand to learn a lot from Bret's in-ring abilities?
sure.
Okay, fair enough. A lot of people online were just like, this fucking dude always putting himself over.
Well, he is.
He is, and he does. Um,
Uh,
the other thing that Bret said recently was a criticism of WWE's Gunther. If you're familiar with that talent, a big part of Gunther's offense is chopping his opponents, and he has infamously bruised and cut the chests of a lot of fellow WWE members. And here's a direct quote: what Bret had to say about it. The Gunther guy, who seems like a nice enough guy when I met him, but I mean, I hate wrestlers that hurt each other on purpose. I hate it when, you're out there getting beat up and hurt by a guy for real, and everybody thinks it's like chops. Who wants to fight with a chop? I remember my dad used to tell wrestlers in Stampede Wrestling, he said, nobody ever beat anybody with a chop. And it's true. They hurt, and they look like shit. They make a big slap sound, but they hurt. So I have no respect for guys that hurt each other all the time. And to me, it's just lazy shit wrestling when guys like Gunther keep and I've told him this to his face, it's bullshit. Like when you're hurting somebody for real, you're unprofessional. So
yeah.
it's pointed words. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Now, from arguing from the other side of it, as somebody who's like working, on the indies in wrestling, I had a munch, a math. Well, let me try that again, Jake. Holy shit! I had a
Yeah.
match last month, and I got chopped 5 times in a pre-planned spot. It fucking hurt, and it cut my chest, but the crowd like really, really came up for it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, Jake. Do you think that there's a time and a place for brutal chops?
Sure. You can do it without cutting them.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
What
Cup
is
your hand. Cup your
ah?
hand. Don't lay it flat. Cup your hand.
So if you cup it, you get the big noise.
You make the big noise and you don't cut nobody.
I wish I'd have known that before I went through the fucking curtain for that match.
Yeah. There you go.
I think I'm gonna be bringing that up to the guy next time somebody wants to chop me. Jake, how are you about chops? I know there's a lot of guys are like, don't even do it. Just don't hit me with chops out there.
It don't bother me.
Never bug you?
Uh,
How many would you give to the guy before you said, okay, now you're getting a couple?
3.
3, and then it's on.
Yeah.
All right. It's a good rule of thumb. I'll keep that in my back pocket. David Welsh is up next. Who is the most naturally strong opponent you ever got in the ring with?
Probably Hacksaw.
Oh yeah, he's a brute.
Yeah. He's just raw bone strong.
Guys like him and like Doc, they were just like
Yeah.
not super muscular, but just fucking. They were, like their whole body was just one big muscle.
Yep.
Um, Kevin Molnar is up next. Are you a fan of comedy wrestling? If so, who are and what are some of your favorite comedic wrestling moments?
No, I'm not.
Don't like comedy wrestling.
No.
I think a lot of folks, much like Chop, say, well, there's a time and place for it. Do you feel that there is a time and place for comedy, or just keep it out of wrestling?
Yeah, there's time and place for comedy on a comedy show, not a wrestling show. For fuck's sake.
You want this shit taken seriously out there, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious. I know that you like to have some fun with the fans out there and stuff. Was there ever anything that you would like kind of go to make them laugh or pop? So you can get away with it a little bit as a baby face and keep the
Yeah.
realism,
Yeah, just by your reactions,
hmm
surprise or wonderment,
Ah, okay.
little things.
Not like any big overt spot. It's more just
No,
like
no,
expressions.
no.
Every time I think about comedy wrestling, I think about Dick Murdoch and the stories that I've heard about him.
Yeah,
Did he ever do silly shit with you in the ring?
not with me in the ring, but I've seen him do it.
What was his silly shtick?
He'd do the Three Stooges spin thing.
Where he's like laying down on the mat spitting?
Yeah, that and he got into a gunfight in the ring against Super Destroyer. And he pulled his gun and shot Super Destroyer, and Super Destroyer took a bump.
with his finger gun?
Yeah.
Was that in Watts' territory?
Yeah.
What did the cowboy have to say when they got backstage?
He brought it up at TV.
Well, okay. How does Bill Watts react to the finger gun spot?
It's fucking horse shit.
Did it pop the boys, or were you guys all like, what the fuck?
Oh, we were like laughing our asses off.
You had to know that he was going to get chewed out by Bill.
Oh, yeah. That's the reason I laughed.
Okay, guys, we got to take a quick break from the show to talk about one of our partners that always comes through in the clutch. I absolutely love these guys. It's Green Chef. And why do they come through in the clutch? Because they're saving me time, they're saving me effort, they're saving me trips to the grocery store, they're making my life simple, and they're making life delicious with their incredible meals that they send. And summer's here, and it's something about summer, right? It just makes you feel your very best. The warm weather, the sunshine, the good food. And look, there's no better time than summer to create healthy meal habits that last and that you can still enjoy, just like you enjoy all of your summer meals. You guys have got to try Green Chef. They're the #1 meal kit for clean eating. Green Chef is going to make it really easy to spend less time in the kitchen and more time enjoying your summer. On top of all of the delicious recipes they have, now they've also got heat and eat meals, so you can enjoy delicious, wholesome meals in just 3 minutes. Their food includes fresh, organic, seasonal produce and 100% responsibly sourced proteins, and they're going to help you feel your best and support your wellness journey. Green Chef's real, clean ingredients help you build lasting, healthy habits without the hassle of going out to find all this stuff. You can enjoy salads ready in just 5 minutes. How about a protein-filled breakfast or nutrient-rich smoothies to fuel your day? Green Chef is ready to nurture your nutritional needs. They've got 80-plus dietitian-approved weekly meal options, and Green Chef makes it easy to find meals that fit you and your lifestyle. Pick from Mediterranean, gluten-free, plant-based, and protein-heavy, even gut and brain health, and calorie-smart choices as well. The recipes change every single week, and with week-to-week flexibility, you can adjust your plan to match your mood and your schedule. I absolutely love cooking. It's something that I really have a lot of fun doing, especially when I get to do it with my wife. She and I can kind of partner up, and it's always fun to do that. And Green Chef provides us with that option in a really fun way. They've got all this stuff and it's already pre-measured, so they're saving us the hassle and the annoyance of having to go to the grocery store and find all this stuff and then grab the measuring cups and measure things out perfectly so that we don't like add too much or too little of anything. They take care of all the guesswork. These boxes show up, the meals are completely put together there for you. All you've got to do, combine the ingredients, follow the simple instructions, and you've got delicious meals. I'm telling you, my wife and I have started doing Green Chef once they became a sponsor for us, and we're never looking back. This is one of those products where, regardless of if they're sponsoring the podcast or not, I am always going to be using Green Chef because they make my life simple and they provide us with delicious, healthy meals. It's time, guys. You've got to make this summer your healthiest yet with Green Chef. All you've got to do is go to greenchef.com/50snakepit and use our code 50snakepit. You're going to get 50% off of your first month, then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping. That's code 50snakepit at greenchef.com/50snakepit. There's never been a better time to try this out. You've got to find out for yourself why I love Green Chef so much. You're going to save 50%, then 20% off for 2 months after that and free shipping. You cannot beat that deal. I'm going to say it one more time. It's greenchef.com/50snakepit. Use our code 50snakepit and start eating healthier with Green Chef. Frank J. Wilson's got the next one. He asks, serious question, so we'll take this one seriously from Frank. Would Jake endorse a WWE Hall of Fame induction for Damian?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, how do you justify it, Jake?
He's a superstar.
You're damn right. I justify it because if they're inducting Damian, Jake has to induct him. So that's a nice payday for Jake.
There you go.
That's the real reason. Instagram Wrestling Historian asks, if you could have had one final WWF match during the Attitude Era, who would you have wanted it against and why? Thanks in advance.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy shit. Could you imagine you and Orton together?
It would be good.
You dropped into the WWF and had a little segment with Orton.
Yeah.
That's another thing we've never talked about here. Jake, can you tell us kind of the story about you coming in and working with Orton?
Well, they just called me up and asked me if I'd do it. And I said, sure.
How cool is that as a bookend in your career as somebody who loved and respected Bob Orton so much?
Well, it was a good spot for me because I do love and respect Bob. And, for Randy, he's done a hell of a career.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a hell of a career up there. And I'm just so happy for him.
He's amazing. And he's in his 40s now and still arguably the best worker in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen that segment, Jake drops in and he takes an RKO from Randy Orton during his Legend Killer phase. So pretty cool shit. 2 more and we're wrapping this one up. Dark Gremlin is up next and he asks, every city stands out for great food, bars, and restaurants. What place stands out the most? What was the best city for that stuff, Jake?
Boston.
Boston?
Yeah.
Why Boston? What did they have that nowhere else had?
No, they had Chinese food. They had everything, man. They had seafood out the ass. It was awesome.
You're getting some fresh Maine lobster when you're in Boston, dude.
Absolutely.
And I hear that all the time about Boston, great Chinese food, and it's like, why Boston?
Oh, there's a place there. I can't remember the name of it.
Is it Kowloon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kowloon.
That's awesome.
The boys love Kowloon. So if you're in the Boston or Saugus area, get out there. They love wrestlers and wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy Jacks asks, favorite memory from working in the old Boston Garden. Anything stick out?
Yeah, the fucking rats.
So the ring rats or the rats?
No, the rats. Fucking rats were like dogs.
Are you sure you're not describing the ring rats?
I'm sure.
Some big rats in the old Boston Garden.
Damn sure was, man.
Yikes. Like what? Like just running around the locker room?
Run around everywhere. They wasn't afraid of nothing.
You know, you think about the Boston Garden, and it's like Larry Bird played here. You know, Magic
Yeah,
Johnson's been in this
yeah,
building. All these cool, crazy moments, and it's like, no, that's like, you know, your old buddy, Bad News Brown, and his killer rats are in that place.
yeah, man. I know. I in the back they would have that parquet floor stacked, stacked up,
Hmm.
and we'd go out there and I just rub on it. It was awesome.
It's like this is where Larry Bird played. It's
Yeah.
like cool as shit that that you got to have matches in that building. Was it pretty much always packed?
Oh yeah.
Dedicated, like it doesn't get any better. You're playing in the same place where Larry Bird did his thing, packed house, rabid fans, huge rats.
You got it. Got everything you want.
It's everything a performer dreams of.
Yeah.
And hey, so is this episode, Jake. I really appreciate your time, man. I'm glad that we're gonna be able to catch up once a month and keep doing our thing, brother. And I'll look forward to the next one.
All right, bro. Take care.
Okay, guys, that is going to do it for this week. Just want to give you a reminder that if you're looking to attract that 25 to 54-year-old male demographic to your product or service, you've got to get over to advertisewithsnake.com. Jake, still a household name, still out there doing meet and greets, meeting fans, talking to people, going to different cities, and you can get him to put over your stuff to the exact audience that you're targeting. If you need some evidence that it works, just listen to the show. We are routinely advertising for the same businesses because they know that what we do here on the Snake Pit works. Head over to advertisewithsnake.com and make Jake the Snake Roberts your tag team partner. Get over to cameo.com/Jake Snake for a personal message from the Hall of Famer himself. Here's a recent 5-star review from Eddie. Jake does a mean roast. Thank you. It was awesome. Guys, if you're lifelong fans of Jake the Snake Roberts, you've got to at least get over there and get a look at these reviews on Cameo. It's cameo.com/Jake Snake. It's the perfect gift. It's the perfect thing to treat yourself with. Go and order yours right now. Check us out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/@SnakePitPod. We got short clips from the show, some highlights, some exclusive content. Do yourself a favor. Do us a favor. It's a really great way to support our show. Get over there, like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell. It'll hook us up big time. And speaking of hooking us up big time, if you've enjoyed the podcast, please do us a favor and like, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review on your podcast app. That's a big one for Jake and I because that attracts new advertisers. Catch Jake on X at Jake Snake DDT, on Instagram at Jake the Snake DDT, and on Facebook at Real Jake the Snake. You can follow me at Marcus P. D'Angelo on X. And if you have any future questions for the show, go ahead and drop them right there, pal, right in my DMs. I love hearing from you guys, whether it's good or bad, whether you've just got a question or you just want to say hi. Hit me up in those DMs. Again, it's Marcus P. D'Angelo on X.